So, super chat. Thank you. He says, "How good will old speakers be compared to new speakers? Example: 800 new versus $800 20 years old."
Well, do we have to account for inflation? Because 820 years ago
There you go.
was actually a lot of money, right?
Yeah, I don't think old versus new is the issue. Is it a good speaker that you're comparing with a good speaker? I had 40-year-old speakers and they sounded amazing.
Oh, the La Scalas.
Yeah, they were great speakers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd put them against a lot of current speakers, but
I think generally speaking, newer speakers at the same price are going to be better.
But why?
Not compared to like an $800 used 20-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's a fair comparison exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But I would just say most new speakers are just going to be better because we have better tools to measure them, and we know more about acoustics and what to look for in the measurements. That's all. I mean, it's just as simple as that. I think you see that a lot of the inexpensive speakers are getting pretty good. Like, oh, how can they do that? Well, that also means that speakers that are higher priced, hopefully, are also better than speakers 20 years ago. Yeah. Why? Yeah, I mean, we have newer materials. We don't have foam that disintegrates.
They'll last longer.
Look, did you see the the size of those resistors and capacitors in your Scalas? There were, I don't think they need to be.
Yeah, they were
like that.
Huge.
Yeah, they're. So I'm not saying that old necessarily means bad, because a lot of times some old stuff was just built better.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Some new stuff is just new, and then let's just use this cheaper stuff. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that happens too. Yeah. But generally speaking, I just think it's just that we know more about what to look for to make a good speaker. Aaron, would you agree with that? Or disagree?
I'm sorry, dude. I wasn't really listening.
Yeah,
I was looking at the prices of dummy loads.
Would you say that a new speaker, or let's say $800 speaker, given a specific price point of $800, would you say newer speakers in general are better or worse than a 20-year-old speaker in the same price range?
I would say, generally speaking, the newer ones would be better. But I would also worry about just the degradation of the parts, which I think maybe you were mentioning. Maybe, you know what I mean? Like, dude, if you're buying a 20-year-old speaker, the foam surround's probably coming apart. Maybe the capacitor has leaked. I mean, I would just worry about things like that. Just physical breakdown of the
wear and tear. Wear and tear, right?
Yeah, so I would be hesitant to buy an old speaker like that unless you were going to fully restore it somehow.
How about just like forget the fact that let's just take an $800 speaker, account for inflation. So let's just say 20 years ago, I don't know, $300 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Whatever the conversion is, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just say $400.
Brand new back then compared to
brand new $400 speaker versus an $800 speaker, head to head.
Yeah, I would think the new ones would be better. I mean, the technology's come a long way. The understanding of the acoustics has come a long way. But there's a lot of brands too that are just
they're just making bad speakers. Yeah,
they're just doing bad stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it could depend, but I think
hopefully if it's with the same brand, they've gotten better and better and better, and they've learned and they've improved their process. Right. But I just don't think you can put a blanket statement that an $800 this versus an $800 now is going to be necessarily better or worse.
I could say that really for cell phones, because cell phone $800 cell phone now versus $800.
That's electronics though.
Yeah,
and there's not a whole lot of electronics in speakers. I mean, you got your network, but that's it.
I think it has more to do with just our ability to measure the speaker, like the things that they were trying to optimize for before. I don't think they were looking at directivity. Mm-hmm. They were looking at sound power. Maybe I don't know what they were looking at before, but based on the frequency response from a lot of the older speakers, it's not what they're tuning for now. That we just know better. We know how to tune a speaker appropriately. So it's just that.
Yeah, I'm just always hesitant on those like absolute answers.
It's not. Yeah, for sure, it's not an absolute. There could be an old speaker that's just awesome, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
that's totally possible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Aaron's still rocking that Bose 901.
I am. Yeah. They're right behind me somewhere.
Yeah, but I think if you're generally speaking, I hope that technology and has made it so that we can make better stuff cheaper. And if that's not the case, then that sucks.
All right, everybody. We do the Daily HiFi podcast every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure you join up to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Daily HiFi, and we will see you there for the big show every Monday. Yeah.